I would like to get some perspective around the near-term future and the long-term future of airline stocks. Which airlines are best positioned and best poised to come back if we were to get a vaccine sometime during the end of this year? And also, what would be the ramp-up time to, once we get a vaccine, to get things back to normalcy, to get travel back to normalcy, and how long does it take to reflect that into stock price?
All right, that's a pretty involved question. Bonawyn, I know you were listening. What do you think? Airlines, near, long term, what's the outlook?
Yeah, very multifaceted question. Listen, I think this is tremendous. I mean, it's giving value to the consumer. I think it's tremendous for them. But to essentially get rid of a large revenue generating, I don't see any capital associated with actually charging the fee, right? So a high margin, large revenue product, I think that's tough. I don't think that necessarily bodes well, but it's all about restoring value and confidence to the consumer, whether it be wearing masks or clearing the middle aisle or being more accommodative. I think that is generally a trend, and I don't think for a second that they're not looking at each other and moving in lockstep. I mean, I think the announcement came out in the same day. As for the outlook on the particular shares, I think you've got to look at the balance sheets. I think American is still probably the most debt laden. I think Delta and United had some of the better, excuse my French, gross margins going into this situation. But I'm not really a fan of these high beta epicenter type of trades right now. I think we're just still in the early innings. I have no idea. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how long it would take to get back to a new normal. I don't think normal is what we know it to be in the past. And I think there's still a lot of challenges in terms of adopting a vaccine and how long it will take for that to translate. So I still think this is probably a 6 to 18 month type of thing. No need to rush in now.
Karen Finerman, is it melodramatic to say that there's a new world order when it comes to airlines? For the longest time, these airlines did everything they could to squeeze every penny of profits. They jammed planes, they cut back flights, put capacity there, perhaps even overbooked. It was all there to try to maximize the amount of revenue that they can get every flight. Here, you've got people with no middle seats filled. You've got a lot sparser kind of booking on these types of planes. Is this what we can expect from the airline industry in the years to come?
I don't know about the years to come, but I would think certainly for the year to come. I mean, you're right. They were able to squeeze every penny out, and we saw how profitable they were year after year for the last several years until the pandemic. But now, obviously, the tables have turned, and the customers are far fewer, and the seats available are far greater. So you're seeing a complete change of, who's got the upper hand. The customer clearly does. But I agree with everything what Bonawyn said. I'm very concerned about the balance sheets here, and I'm concerned that, we talk about on Fast Money, we talked about Zoom and what a game changer that was. And if you think about the business traveler, I think that has changed materially. Maybe not forever, but certainly for the next year, even if there is a vaccine. And we have so many companies that have said you don't need to come to work in our office for the next year at least. So that's interesting to me. I think that is a very significant change. So I wouldn't be interested in the airlines. They were able, luckily, to be able to sell debt, to be able to get them through, hopefully, to the other end. But now you have the stocks that are maybe halved or down by more than that, but the balance sheets are very bloated. So I have no exposure in the industry. I can't foresee it for a while.